lived in a small town and was a carpenter with a grade 3 education. And every job he did was his last job, meaning he never knew if he was going to get another client. So it was all word of mouth. Everybody loved him, but it was word of mouth. So what does that mean? If my grandfather's working on a job and he doesn't have another one lined up, and the customer said, Eddie, can you build an extra step for us? Can you build the side of the house? What do you think my grandfather has to say yes to be successful, or say to be successful? He has to say yes. And how quick do you want me to do it? Does that make sense? Because the world he was in, it's not like he's like where me, I could be juggling 75 things in a day. He's working with one client. So taking care of that one client is everything. So what I'm getting at is the circumstances were different for him than maybe Richard Branson, who's juggling 250 businesses. So what I've discovered is there are times like my grandfather where it makes sense to say yes. But if you're wanting to become that thought leader, if you will, like a lot of us are striving to become, you probably have to say no more. Does that make sense? So I want to explain how, because I think sometimes we only hear the, oh, you need to say no, or you need this or that, but you don't know the story behind it. So for me, the story was, I thought I was supposed to say yes. I grew up in a small town where it's easier to say yes. I still struggle with saying no, meaning it's hard to say no. However, again, what I discovered is the people that I was striving to learn from and become have to say no often. They have no choice. So what did that tell me early on is I need to start building my no muscle before I needed to use it. So the opportunities might be smaller, but I have to say no more. So I'm going to talk to you guys for a second about how to say no, when to say no, and how to do it without burning a bridge. But I want to just point out the fact that you need to figure out what a no is for you to be able to say no and know when to say no. And so here's how it worked for me. Basically, I was interviewing Chalene Johnson. How many people here know who Chalene Johnson is? From Turbo Jam and big Instagram influencer. I asked Chalene about this. I said, you're so busy. You're running all these health clubs. And like she was running the fitness, Turbo Jam fitness classes. And you're so busy. How do you do it? And she basically told me the story about how she used to say yes to all the fitness instructors in California that would ask her to fill in if somebody couldn't make it. And so what happened was Chalene finally said, I need to start saying no more. So here's what she did. Here's how you can say no without burning a bridge. So what she did was she said, I would love to jump in and help you. However, Brett, you guys follow her, you know who Brett is, her husband. Brett and I are very family-driven business. And I have to at least talk to Brett to make sure we don't have something else planned that I'm interfering with. Can I get back to you in a day or two and let you know? Now, if I can't help you, what I want to do is I want to connect you with somebody who can. Would that be fair? My question is could you get mad at somebody that said, I want to check with my family just to make sure? Most people won't get mad at her. But then what she could do, which is so powerful, is then she can get back in 2 days. She has time to decide whether she wants to take it on. What she said more often than not, the people found a solution without her anyway. By the time she got back